Well, good morning once again, and welcome to the Birdsboro Preserve here in southeastern Pennsylvania. We are at the trailhead at Rustic Park outside of the community of Birdsboro. I've been wanting to explore this region for a long time. It's a bit mysterious to me. There's not a lot of information about it online. All I know is that there's several thousand acres of open space, several lakes, a climbing quarry, and many miles of trails. So we're going to do an initial exploration of this area today. It's a Sunday morning. It's going to be a hot day, but we are in the middle of August, so that's to be expected. But it's going to be a choose your own adventure type of day. We're going to go into the trail system and see what we can find. So I thank you once again for joining me here for some nature, adventure, and discovery, this time from Birdsboro Preserve. Now let's go hit them trails. All right, guys. So one of the things I find fascinating about this place, Birdsboro Preserve, and there's several thousand acres of forest here, is that there's no clear indication to me who actually owns this property. It's not a state park, although we are very close to French Creek State Park. It's not a state forest. I don't know that it's owned by the county or the individual municipality, but at any rate, this is a noted destination for mountain biking. There are marked trails, there are unmarked trails, and there's just a lot happening here. It's kind of a mystery, but we're going to see if we can get to the bottom of this mystery. After filming on location at Birdsboro, I came upon this article in the Reading Eagle online that gives a brief history of how this place came to be. You can pause the video now and read it if you like. So this old road we're walking on was once an actively used public road, but my understanding is that over time the Hay Creek here kept flooding, and I think the state finally said they were not going to continue to repair the road, so it was condemned. It's now gradually converting to a trail, as you can see. Now here's a good example of the road washing away into the creek. You can see it's right on the edge of the creek, and I imagine during times of high floods this creek probably overtakes the road. Now I should point out, as we come into the preserve, to the left of me here is an active commercial quarry operation. All right, so according to my map, we're supposed to be able to cross the stream here, and there's two cables here. However, the cables appear like they are no longer usable, and we're gonna have to find our way across the stream here somehow. I can see a large building on the other side, and I believe the quarry is somewhere over there, which is the first place I wanted to check out, the climbing quarry. So we gotta figure out a way to get across this creek. I may just roll up my pants and go through. I'm making my way through the stream. I'm using the cable to keep me upright. Water feels good, but you know, it's about 1 foot deep here at this crossing, and we're making it across. We're now on the other side of Hay Creek with this large building to my left. Clearly this was part of the quarrying operation here. There's a gravel road, established roads, infrastructure. and I see a bit of an opening ahead, so I'm going to head in that direction. I know from my research that's generally the direction we want to go. We have now arrived at the base of the quarry, and there's climbing walls all around, different routes. And I'm not a rock climber, but I've heard that this is a very popular location for people who engage in the sport. But it's really beautiful down here by the reservoir, by the water here. Big sign said no fishing, no swimming, you know, basically no activities. You're allowed to be here, you're just not allowed in the water. I guess it's too dangerous. But what we have is a series of climbing walls ringing all around the reservoir here. So I'll see if I can show you a couple of them up close where the sun's hitting. A couple climbers have just showed up, and yeah, this is a really neat spot. These cliffs, as we wrap our way around the quarry, seem to get larger and larger. These don't only go straight up, they actually come in on you on an angle. This must be progressively more complicated climbing routes as you go. So that's a little taste of Birdsboro Climbing Quarry. Now there's much more here than what I've shown, but we got to move on to our next destination. So it's time to penetrate further into the Birdsboro Preserve. So one thing I want to strongly recommend to you, and I can't emphasize this enough, there's such a network of trails here. And one of the issues with this place is that the stream here, Hay Creek, it bisects the preserve here. And there's essentially like a system of trails on the one side and a system on the other. And unless you want to walk through the creek like I did, download the app. The app will show you where exactly you are. Even if you don't follow one of the suggested trails from All Trails, you can still see where you are by GPS on the map, and you can make your own way, which is what I'm doing. So I'm looking for a body of water that should be up in this direction, and let's see if we can find it. Can you imagine being a kid and growing up around here? I could picture myself and my friends riding our bikes out to this spot and exploring this area and feeling like it was the biggest wilderness in the world, with ancient ruins like that rock wall and beautiful streams and old buildings and quarries and forests. We're following along this tiny tributary of Hay Creek, heading upstream. I'm hoping it's leading us to this reservoir, or this body of water on the map. I cannot get over how incredibly beautiful it is back here. This is a real hidden gem for southeastern Pennsylvania. It took me many years to come out here, and I'm glad that I finally have. Well, here we are at a reservoir. I believe on the map it is known as Stinson Reservoir. Nice quiet place. Nobody out here. Nice blue skies now. And I think we're going to be able to walk around this little miniature reservoir. Alright, so things have taken a dramatic turn for the worst. So I crashed my drone into the reservoir there. I hit a tree branch. It must have messed up one of the propellers, and it's in there. Can't see it, it's too far in. Can't get to it, the water's murky. It's only like the third time I used it. This new one. So the first drone wasn't working properly. Now this one, brand new, just crashed it. $1,000 mistake. It's kind of put a damper on my mood here now. I had amazing footage from that quarry, flying above the quarry through the mist and the fog. It was so cinematic and epic. I'm not going to snap out because it ain't going to change anything. But I am going to call it a trip here and head back, because I'm not going to go explore the other side now. I'll save it for another time. Hopefully I can get a replacement. Hopefully they'll consider it a flyaway. But stupid me, I don't know. These drones, they're just not worth it, I guess. I love the way they look. I love the filming, the footage, but it's me. I'm careless. I take too many risks. And God damn it. Man, I'm telling you, if they don't replace it, I'll pay a small fee, but if they don't replace it, then I'm just done with the drones. Just can't do it. And you know what? And the thing is that this was the perfect place to fly one. I don't see any restrictions against flying them. You know, I had this all set up. This was going to be a great video. Now it's just going to be like a mediocre video. If I even publish it. Alright, so back along Hay Creek, continuing a little further upstream. I want to see if there's any bridges or ways to get across here. If not, then I'll just completely retrace my steps, and cross through the creek again. So we're now about 100 feet above Hay Creek. And there is like a lower footpath right along the creek, and this more established path. And again, I'm trying to see if upstream here there's a way to get across, because I seen in like an established, like clear road on the other side, but I don't know if we can get across. So that's what I'm trying to find out here. All right, so I made it across that creek and up a really steep embankment. It's not something I would have even normally tried unless I was in a foul mood, which I am. So now I don't care how dirty I get and how wet I get. But at any rate, we're at a parking area called the Old 82, I believe, parking area. There's a few cars up here. So this is another entrance into Birdsboro Preserve. So you can see this is like one of those little miniature graffiti highways where the kids like to spray paint. A lot of spray paint back here. There's not any really enforcement, I don't think, or regulation. It's probably not easy for authorities to even get back here. All right, my friends, we are getting back to where we started. We're approaching the climbing area again. And what can I say about today? I was set up for a great video and a great day. It turned out to be an up and down day. Like life, you know, nothing ever goes as perfectly as you want, but it could be a lot worse too. I'm really trying my hardest here to bring you guys the best quality content that there is anywhere in Pennsylvania, quite frankly. And I push the limits sometimes, and I got burned this time, and it's going to be a costly mistake, but it is what it is. So there will be a part 2 where we will get onto the other side of Birdsboro Preserve sometime in the future. Thank you. I appreciate you. I want you to know I'm working hard here and doing the best I can. So that's about it. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. If you have any comments or questions, let me know down below. Be sure to get back to you as soon as I can. I thank you and I appreciate you. Gator out.